my friend, we're going to be doing page 29 in our daily ukulele book. Honestly, not sponsored by this, but I love the book. It's a great one. You should check it out. Also, we teach from it. First thing we do when we look at a piece of music, we go to the first measure. It turns out there's one flat and it's in the time signature of 3/4, meaning we're going to have a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The first measure has a rest and 2 quarter notes, so we're going to have a rest. 2 of those notes are going to be rocking out when, the, and then the next one we're going to drop the first chord, the F major. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Now, the idea behind, 1, 2, 3, 1. That's where we're going to go with that. The idea is F major has F major, G minor, A minor, B flat major, C major, D minor, E diminished, and then F again. One of the chords we're going to be using in here looks a lot like the G major, except horizontally we go backwards and then put it down here. Boom. It's going to have the pinky up top, and this is called A flat diminished or a G sharp diminished. Wonderful chord. Next chord we're going to be using is a C7. We also have a C natural, an A7. We also will be playing a D7. Now some people play it barred with their first finger up here. Our second finger, absolutely awesome. Or just 2 notes on the G string and on the E string and everything else open. That also is sufficiently wonderful. Then we can play the G minor, which looks a lot like that one. And then we've got our B flat minor 7. Remember, it's just a full straight bar that we're gonna bar that up. You can play the B flat minor, but the minor 7 is really where it's at. Here comes the rhythm for it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, rest when the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine. Back to F, that's Amore. 2, 3, 1. Bells will ring, ting, ling-a-ling, ting, ding-a-ling-a-ling, ding, 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 oh, piano bella. So we can see what we're doing here. We're just going to keep this with the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then when we keep the C moving, we're going to go through this whole thing to the tippy-tappy, down to la. Rest, 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 rest. Now at the end of that measure, what we notice is we've got 2 notes, 3 notes. They're going to go through, but it seems as if that there's only a whole note rest in that measure. Now, granted, a whole note rest is going to be for 4 beats. However, in a song that has 3/4, you guessed it, it's worth just those 3 beats. So the next one we're going to do is after we see the DC coda, we're going to be dropping what we're doing and we're going to be jumping back to another part of the song. So, as you guessed it, there are 2 verses. When the moon hits your eyes like a big piece of pie, that's amore. 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Keep that C7. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. 2, 2, 3, 1, 2. Keep the F. Bells will ring, ring-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll see Vita Bella Bella. 1, 2, 3, 1. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay Tantaneva. Go through that twice. We're going to go all the way back up to the top because it has a DC al coda, which means you go up to the top, then you go back the same way. Second verse, a little bit different than the first. When the stars make you drool like a pasta fazool, that's amore. 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. When you dance down the street with the cloud at your feet, that's amore. 2, 2, 3, F. Bells will ring, ring-a-ling-a-ling, ding-a-ding-a-ling. You'll say Vita Bella. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay. And we're gonna say, oh. After the second verse, what we see is if we go through the whole song and we play down through the bells will ring, ting-a-ting-a-ting, ting-a-ting-a-ting, that's Amore, we miss out on the awesomeness that is playing the second verse and then skipping that second time, or after that third time, going all the way down to the bottom. So after we go through here, you could play an instrumental part if you want. There are multiple different verses. And then once you get through here, after the DC coda, it stops. You're gonna open back up to the coda because there is a 2 coda marking at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12th measure. So after the 12th measure, after you say, when you dance down the street with the cloud at your, go to the coda, feet, that you're in love. Hold the D when you G minor walk in a dream, but you know B flat minor 7. Here's the big flat bar chord. Dream Signore. Play the F and hold it out. Here's our awesome chord for scusa. This is our G sharp diminished. Looks like a G, but it's played here, starting on the G string. What is that? Scusa, but me, but you see back in on Napoli, that's Amore. Hit that F note, drive it home. The concept here is you can do a back and forth between the F major to the B flat minor 7, back to the F to end it. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I sure as heck did.